Hey everybody, welcome to the vocabulary lesson. This is the 6th vocabulary lesson. And now I have 3 words here, which is empathy, rare, and random. There's empathy, empathize, and here it's rare, rarely, and rarefy. And here is random, randomly, and randomize. Now this is the my composition book here. Now I'm gonna tell you what it says on the board. And empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, the action of understanding, being aware of, being sensitive to, and vicariously experiencing the feelings, thoughts, and experience of another of either the past or present without having the feelings, thoughts, and experience fully communicated in an objectively explicit manner. And also the capacity for this, the imaginative projection of a subjective state into an object so that the object appears to be infused with it. Poetic empathy understandably seeks a strategy of identification with victims. Empathy is awareness of others' feelings, needs, and concerns. This is tough love with a vengeance, but what a gruesome view of God's saints, bereft of all empathy, enter a new inmate, a giant black man with a gift of preternatural empathy. He can literally suck the pain out of people. But in all those years of young womanhood, my due unto others, empathy never extended beyond sharing a trolley seat. He felt great empathy with the poor. His months spent researching prison life gave him greater empathy towards convicts. Sympathy and empathy are closely related words. The psychological identification with or vicarious experiencing of the feelings, thoughts, or attitudes of another. The imaginative ascribing to an object as a natural object or work of art, feelings or attitudes present in oneself by means of empathy. A great painting becomes a mirror of the self. Now, here's a synonym. Is for sympathy. Empathy, sympathy. See synonym study at sympathy. To have the same feelings as another person. To feel empathy for someone. Adults unable to empathize with a child's frustrations. The greatest contribution each can make now is to empathize with the other's plight, empathized with his son's fears. But beyond these markers of pop culture, Smith compels readers to empathize with the stranger, the unknown. Empathize. I'm going to tell you the whole definition of empathize is understand and share the feelings of another. Counselors need to be able to empathize with people. Synonyms is identify with, sympathize with, be in sympathy with, understand, share the feelings of, be in tune with, be on the same wavelength as, talk the same language as, relate to, feel for, have insight into, informal, put oneself in someone else's shoes. John could empathize with the survivors. And then next is rare. Rare. And here it's rare. Now, of an event, situation, or condition not occurring very often. A rare genetic disorder. Rare moments of privacy. Of a thing not found in large numbers and consequently of interest or value. The jellyfish tree, one of the rarest plants on earth, rare stamps, unusually good or remarkable. He plays with rare strength and sensitivity. The synonyms is odd and unfamiliar. And another synonyms is is like exceptional, outstanding, unparalleled, peerless, matchless, unique. Got some other rare examples here in this yellow piece of papers here. Rare is unrevealed, inimitable, beyond compare, without equal, second to none, unsurpassed, consummate, superior, superlative, first class, informal, A1, top notch, and a man of rare talent. And now, the Pacific Rim, 2013. Dr. Gottlieb says, stay back. Kaiju specimens are extremely rare, so look but don't touch, please. Rare species of birds, success like that is extremely rare. She's usually positive, but on rare occasions. Disappointment shows through with rare exceptions. The families in this town have lived here for generations. And here it says, that's a little rare. Means when the meat is red inside, the burger is rare. The steak is rare. And next is, that's rare. Means it's not common, not often. Especially of meat not cooked for very long and still red inside. Rare steak of meat not cooked for very long and still red. I'd like my steak rare, please. Not common, very unusual, a rare disease, species. The museum is full of rare and precious treasure. Okay. A rare disease, species. The museum is full of rare and precious treasures. A rare occasion, opportunity, visit, treat, etc. It's very rare to find these birds in New England in winter. It's very rare to find someone who combines such qualities. And here's the Pacific Rim Uprising 2018. This is the second Pacific Rim movie. The doctor says, rare earth elements. Guy said, huh? Doctor says, Mount Fuji is a volcano rich in rare earth elements. Kaiju blood reacts extremely violently with rare earth elements. Is the basis of my fuel thruster experiments. Verb. Rarefies, rarefying, and rarefied. Derived forms. Rarefiable is an adjective. Rarefier is a noun. Okay. Rarefiable. Rarefier. 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 Okay. Okay. So I guess that's how you pronounce it. Okay. It's rarefier. Rarefiable. Rarefiable is an adjective and rarefier is a noun. Okay. To make thin or less dense as air. To purify or refine. The medieval Italians rarefy the image of the lady, treating her as a quasi-celestial figure to become thin or less dense. Rarefy and rarefied. Verb. Rarefy is defined as to become less thin or less dense, or to make or become more refined. An example of rarefy is add fresh air to a previously stuffy room. To rarefy the air. To make rare or rarer, make less dense. To rarefy. Okay, the sentence. To rarefy a gas. To make more refined, spiritual, or exalted. To become rare or less dense. Become thinned. Moisture rarefies when heated. But if warm, dry winds blow upon the clouds, they rarefy the vapor to a greater degree and temporarily disperse the clouds. The rarefy of the atmosphere continued to affect the woodwork of the wagons, and the wheels were incessantly falling to pieces. But extend this vapor, rarefy it from so narrow a room as our natural bodies to any politic body to a state. The air consequently was damp and gross, for want of stronger rays to open and rarefy it. But as such means are not at disposal, it becomes necessary to place the terminal in the bulb and rarefy the air in the same. Okay, so next is Random. Made, done, happening, or chosen. And here it says, made, done, happening, or chosen without method or conscious decision. A random sample of 100 households. Random spot check. And then now there's random people, random person, random stranger, random girl, a random chick, a random kid, and a random access memory, a random error, random line, a random guy. And the statistics governed by or involving equal chances for each item of masonry with stones of irregular size and shape. And next is informal, derogatory, unfamiliar, or unspecified. Synonyms is odd and unusual. Or are you going to take some random guy on Twitter's word? Odd, unusual, or unexpected. The class was hard, but he was so random that it was always fun. An unknown, unspecified, or odd person. I just sat down by myself and talked to some randoms. You are random. Well, it just happened, like randomly, means something happened in the past and recently. Now, you're random means you do things out of context and out of the blue means random. You're weird. Sometimes, not all the time. When you were talking about something that has nothing to do with it. When you're talking about something when that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So I'll say you're random. Like when you just brought that up out of nowhere. When that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So that's why somebody says you're random. And then randomized is a past participle. And randomizing is a gerund. Randomized block to select, assign, or arrange in a random way. Randomize. Make unpredictable, unsystematic, or random in order or arrangement. Employ random selection or sampling in an experiment or procedure to make random in arrangement, especially in order to control the variables in an experiment to arrange, select, or distribute in a random manner. And now, the Alien Covenant, 2017. I refuse to believe that mankind is a random byproduct. First guy says, I will want you and mother to undergo a complete core code review so we can understand how this happened in the first place. Second guy says, it was a random localized event, sir. As soon as this random person walks by, and he just ignored this person while he was hustling by selling CDs. This random person means an unknown person. Randomly is adverb, random, randomized, randomness is a noun. I'm not so sure about random and randomized. And randomizer is a noun. You were talking to a random stranger on the plane. Means an unknown stranger. Means unknown, but they call it random. You were getting hooked up with one of those random girls. Meaning unknown girls. I was looking up one of those random girls on Facebook. Means that some girls that you don't know, that you don't know those girls, like they're random, unknown people and unknown girls. You don't just go up to random people and ask them for their phone numbers. They think that you are a stranger to them. And who is this random chick? Random. Unexpected and surprising. All of a sudden, this guy jumped out from behind the bushes. It was so random. The street cleaner never comes down our street. How random. Unexpectedly great. The party was totally random. See more words with the same meaning. Good, okay, cool, awesome, fun. See more words with the same meaning. Surprise, surprising. Any person whom the speaker doesn't know well. I have a random for a lab assistant. Random. Lacking any definite plan or prearranged order. Haphazard, a random selection. Statistics. Having a value which cannot be determined but only describe probabilistically a random variable chosen without regard to any characteristics of the individual members of the population so that each has an equal chance of being selected. Random sampling, informal, of a person, unknown, some random guy waiting for a bus, at random in a purpose, less fashion, not following any prearranged order. Randomly, without method or conscious decision. Indiscriminately, troops fired randomly from tanks. Statistics, in a way that involves equal chances for each item. Each clinic surveyed 20 patients who were selected randomly, proceeding made or occurring without definite aim, reason, or pattern. The random selection of numbers, statistics of or characterizing a process of selection in which each item of a set has an equal probability of being chosen. Building trades, of building materials lacking uniformity of dimensions in random shingles. Of ashlar laid without continuous courses, constructed or applied without regularity. Random brand, slang, unknown, unidentified, or suspiciously out of place. A couple of random guys showed up at the party. Odd or unpredictable, often in an amusing way. My totally random life. Something that is random or a random state or condition. Different statistical methods used to estimate randoms. Slang. A person or thing that is unknown, unidentified, or suspiciously out of place. A person or thing that is odd or unpredictable. Random. Randomly, chiefly British bank, death, 7B, building trades without uniformity, random sized slates at random without definite aim, purpose, method, or adherence to a prior arrangement in a haphazard way. Contestants were chosen at random from the studio audience and Random House. There are not that many bad guys whose goal in life is to go and randomly mess with patients in hospitals. And Drake, Lil Wayne, Hypher, that's the rap song. It says, all my exes live in Texas like I'm George Strait. Or they go to Georgia State where tuition is handled by some random nigga that living in Atlanta. Oh. Next is, and randomly selected panels are well suited to political questions that we might otherwise address through a big referendum. We could be randomly detained or harassed in order to make an example of us. I did that in another play afterwards, then randomly got an agent. Randomized. In a sentence, the numbers have been randomized. A randomized study of patients treated with the drug showed it to be effective. Those women were then randomized into two trails. One received hormone therapy with chemotherapy. The other received hormone therapy alone. Random variable, random walk theory. And there's my book. I'm an author of that book. It's called The Diary of an Autistic Kid. Typical random thoughts of a not so typical kid. They're having a random conversation, meaning bunch of stuff. Something that you don't know what they're talking about. They're just having a random conversation. Alright, folks. That's it. Now, the lesson is over. I'm going to take a closer look. See you later, folks. Hope you enjoy the lesson.